Paris, the culinary capital of the world.
En Porto ou en vin?
Or is it? Pride in cuisine has always been a national pastime in France. But recently, criticism, the nation's famous foodie reputation, has wilted.
You got a fish and chips coming?
Enter a new generation of chefs hailing from down under.
Hey guys, welcome to Frenchie to go and Frenchie Wine Bar here on Rue de Mille.
Merci, au revoir.
Yeah, they'd say, "You mean you're not French? A Frenchman didn't cook this food?" All right, cool.
Ce sont des restaurants où
They are restaurants where the chefs do what they want without trying to appeal to the guide Michelin or traditional food critics. They are liberated, they are free.
It's a culinary revolution pioneered by Aussies.
I'm doing something really Australian. I'm just making a bacon egg sandwich. By far one of our biggest sellers and one of our biggest favourites.
A wave of young, talented and internationally acclaimed Australian chefs are taking the Paris cuisine scene by storm. Among them, Shaun Kelly, who heads up Yard Restaurant in the 11th arrondissement.
I'm intrigued, Shaun, tell me how a young chef from Umundi on the Sunshine Coast ends up cooking in some of Paris's best restaurants.
I came just to visit a friend and ended up staying. I didn't move here intentionally to work.
30-year-old Shaun did his apprenticeship at the renowned Spirit House restaurant in Queensland. Further training at Cumulus in Melbourne and St John in London saw him further hone his craft. He's been dubbed a rising star by critics. The high demand for tables suggests the public agree.
Rain, can I get another allongé? Can I get some more green leaves in a second?
Tuck shop is not a term the French were familiar with 18 months ago, but it's now well and truly on their radar. The Vegetarian Cafe is the brainchild of 3 Aussie women. It all started when they became homesick for quality home-cooked food.
When I came here, I was a bit shocked because it was just one-dimensional kind of food, like bistro food, heavy French food with lots of meat.
So, Brisbane sisters Anna and Stella, along with friend Rain, opened the type of cafe they missed. Healthy, fresh salads grace the menu, as well as Anzac biscuits. And they've even introduced Parisians to the novel Aussie concept of avocado and Vegemite on toast.
Because what you're cooking is not really gourmet,
No,
or it's
definitely not. I mean, none of us are trained chefs or anything. It's really, the principle is really simple things that you would make at home if you had the time and weren't living your busy Parisian life.
That simplicity has proved popular with a loyal clientele.
I think what I like the most is the homemade touch. You can also feel it in the food or see it in the food, like the sandwiches or the cakes are not perfect and you can feel that someone made it for you.
Bon appetit.
I think people, when they come here, they say they feel at home. So I think that's something that we've managed to create, is a kind of, less uptight than some places in Paris.
And the Aussie ventures are a lot less expensive too.
de restaurants et de bistrots d'auteurs comme ça.
No frills, the opposite of superficial restaurant with fancy service and silverware.
Let's be honest, a few years ago it was impossible to find a good cup of coffee in Paris. How bad was the coffee?
It was pretty bad. From all angles, there was no way of seeing any positive light.
Law graduate Tom Clark is proud he's helped turn that around.
Were the Parisians resistant at first? Were they sceptical about how this Canberran could tell a Parisian how to make a cappuccino?
Yeah, there was quite a bit of resistance. We used a lot of diplomacy, a lot of persistence.
He first opened a single coffee cart, which quickly morphed into 3 cafes and a wholesale coffee business.
I think we've got a little role in a big revolution.
A revolution reaching even Le Cordon Bleu, one of the most elite cooking schools in the world. Even this famous cooking institution is taking on board a little of what the Aussie approach to food can teach the world's best chefs.
As soon as the potatoes are cut, you put them in cold water.
20 years ago, could you have imagined Australian chefs working in some of the top restaurants here in Paris? It wouldn't have happened, would it?
Probably not, actually, probably not.
So why has that changed? Why is France now welcoming Australian chefs into their kitchens?
Because I think you cannot stand in the top of the pyramid for forever, and you have to be smart enough as well to open yourself to other countries.
Ultimately, the thousands of foodies who flock here are the real winners.
Bready Lobster does all the talking.
And even if lunch in Paris is a bit of a stretch, you might be able to taste some of these Aussie success stories back home eventually.
I do miss Australia a lot sometimes. Maybe another 10 years, and then maybe I'll go back home and open a French bakery in Brisbane.